Record session. Okay, as I was saying, today I'm going to speak about the reset point in the market. So I'm going to tell you what is a reset point first. A reset point is where you can start analyzing the market normally because you can't analyze all the previous data. You can only focus on what's happening now and predict what's going to happen in the future. So with that being said, I'm going to use the 15-minute time frame because as you have seen, this week is the only time frame that has been reliable. The 4 time frame and the 1 hour, as we like to use, it wasn't available at all, but it's been very helpful this week or the previous week. The normal strategy that we were using wasn't working, so we had to use the advanced strategy. So with that being said, I'm going to illustrate what I mean by a recent point. Okay, let me do this. Let's say the market was in a downtrend and then let's say, okay, it goes down. We have a fair value gap somewhere down here and then it goes down. And then we have something like this after that and then it keeps going down. Okay, this will be, let me just log it real quick. So as I was saying, it's a reset point. So we're going to start here with the break of structure. This was the continuation before our reset point was formed. Let me just write it up real quick. Break of structure. Okay. Now what's this? Okay. We have our break of structure. Let me go ahead and mark that. Okay. We've marked our break of structure and let's say we have a fair value gap at this area. Let's say we had a fair value gap, right? This is our fair value gap. Don't like the color purple, so I'm just going to use blue. Can change the damn thing, okay. And then we have our fair value gap, writing must be, let me use black. Then I prefer bold. Okay, let's say we have our fair value gap right here. And then somehow the market doesn't test our order block above, and then it entertains the low instead. Therefore, this is where I mean by a reset point. This is what I mean. Let's say, since our order block wasn't tested, this is going to be a change of character. Therefore, whatever happened in the past doesn't matter no more. This is our reset point, and our reset point is likely to use the advanced strategy. Therefore, this will be your endorsement. Stay with me now. I know this might be kind of complicated for someone who just began, but you'll understand me very soon. Okay, let me mark this first so that I can explain. So today I didn't have the time to prepare for the session. My day was very busy, but let's prepare it together. So I'm talking about something like this. Since you are familiar with the advanced strategy, this should be no problem for you. But I am going to still talk about okay, I wanted to write, this is outside, what am I writing by side? So this part is the advanced strategy, and then this part just the normal strategy, basic SMC, if I can say that. So let's dive in deeper. So what I mean by reset point is that this is a break of structure, therefore a continuation, and then it continues until this level. It failed to reach our order block, therefore it went to break our low instead. So it's not a break of structure to the downside, otherwise it will confuse us, and then we will say this is a change of character to the upside and stuff. So that's not the case at all. If it only tests a fair value gap and somehow goes to our TP, normally this will be our TP if it had touched our order block. So if it does do that, just mark it as a change of character, meaning that you can forget about everything that has happened in the past and then focus on what is happening currently. Therefore, if the market turns on a fair value gap and then somehow goes to our TP without tapping you, just be patient and mark it as a change of character. And then after that, the market will surely go back to your entry point. Therefore, the order block that wasn't touched, it's still valid at this point. As long as we have what? We have a fair value gap that created what? Our new change of character. And then the recent high that was left, we'll consider it as our inducement. So our entry will seem like that, and then we chase what? Our sell side liquidity. We chase our sell side liquidity. Let's say that's our order block. And then we chase our sell side liquidity. So this is pretty much the structure, and it applies to the bullish structure as well. You just have to do it inversely. So let's go to the chart and test our theory. Okay, let's look for a fair value gap first and see what happened on the fair value gap. We have our fair value gap right here, and we have what? We have our endorsement. We have our endorsement. Let me just mark that. This is our endorsement. And then we have, since it created an endorsement and then it turned on a fair value gap, this is a change of character. So we're going ahead and mark this as our change of character. Let me zoom this in. Let me zoom this in. Okay. And then we have a second reset point. We have a second reset point, which is here. We have our fair value gap, and market did what? It broke the high just like the previous one. So now we have a new reset point. Therefore, we forget everything that has happened on the past. So now we focus on the most recent structure. So therefore, this is our endorsement, our new endorsement, and we have our change of character. All that's missing is our buy side liquidity. Therefore, this will be our buy side liquidity. Let's mark that as our buy side liquidity. And then, therefore, like I said, there was an order block that wasn't tested when creating this new what? Change of character. Or you can just say market structure shift. That's what the MSS stands for. So let's go ahead and let me mark this one. This will act as our what? Order block. And then let's forget about everything that has happened in the past, since we have a new change of character and a new recent point. If you see this, just call it a reset point. Therefore, you forget everything that has happened and then you focus strictly on this structure. So we have our reset point. Let me remove this. I can just write imbalance. That will also work as well. Okay, I can just write imbalance. Imbalance. IMB stands for imbalance, which is the fair value gap. So that's where you get your entry point. You can either use this on the higher time frame or the lower time frame, but I prefer you use it on the lower time frames, like the 15 minutes. Let me fix this real quick. Okay, this is how your entry will look normally. And then let's carry on. Let's go forward and see if we have another reset point. Let me squish this in. Let me do this real quick. As I was saying, let's look for our new reset point. This is our imbalance. Okay, we have our imbalance, and then let's check if our imbalance broke structure. So it did. Therefore, this is our new reset point. And I'm not saying recent point, I'm saying reset point. Therefore, it's like in reset restart. Therefore, this is our change of character. And then let's mark our endorsement. And then we'll mark our buy side liquidity as usual. Okay, this is our endorsement. And then let's mark our buy side liquidity. Okay, this is our buy side liquidity. Oh, that's not it. Let me fix this real quick. These types of candlesticks can be very confusing when you're backtesting. But here we go. This is our buy side liquidity. And then we have our order block right here. Let's mark out of our order block. Okay. And then you just repeat the same process. You just repeat the same process. It's not that difficult. Stop loss at our recent low, and then we target our buy side liquidity, and then there we go. We hit our take profit, and then you can go ahead and continue backtesting this. It's still the same everywhere you go. Still the same. Let's continue and check for the next one. Okay, as I was saying, let's look for our new reset point. Let's look for our new reset point. We have a fair value gap right here. This is our fair value gap. Therefore, let me check if we have a broken structure to the upside. Then I will say this is our change of character right here. Our change of character. Excuse the noise. The kids are playing outside, so I hope you can still hear me though. So this is our new reset point. Therefore, we have a new investment. This is our investment. Okay, I've marked out our newly formed endorsement. Let's mark the endorsement and then let's see if we have our buy side liquidity. Therefore, here is our buy side liquidity. Okay, let's find our order block and then we see how the trade played out. This is our order block right below the endorsement and right below the fair value gap that formed the new reset point. Okay, this is our order block. So this is where normally this entry would have been entered, and then we put our stop loss where on our lower low, and then our take profit at our buy side liquidity. So, like I said, there isn't much to this strategy. You just have to like find your reset point and then you continue doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And then you can also entertain the breakout structures as well if you like, but this is how I prefer it. Trading the recent points only. Tired of saying the same word. So yeah, back tested it 3 times and then same results. And this is called we're talking about. So I would say it works pretty much. Let me go back to the structure. Where did I draw the structure? Okay. Here's our structure. As you can see, there is no difference from what I did and what I showed you in this structure, except that everything I did on the actual structure was bullish, but this one is bearish, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Let me see if I can make it inversely. Let me see. Invert scale. Okay, I did. You see, like I said, it's just the same thing, just inversely, but the same thing. So you can just repeat this process and then make sure that you practice every day, backtest every day, and then you surely see results. And then I think we'll end it here for today, and then I'll update you on the next session. So I think we're done for today. Just keep backtesting and practicing. And then I'll also share this session on the group so everyone can view it later and then rewatch it. And then if you have any questions, you can DM me. So I think we're done for today.